It's like you are shrinking down and standing inside the scene, where textures become landscapes and tiny details you've never noticed come alive. There is something magical about seeing the unseen, revealing a hidden universe that's been right in front of you all along. You might think you need a dedicated macro lens or an expensive setup to capture that hidden world, but that isn't the case. Macro lenses are great, but so is their price. And unless you are a full-fledged macro shooter, chances are that lens is gonna sit on a shelf, collecting dust. Therefore, a simple close-up filter, just a piece of glass that screws in front of your lens, can turn any lens into a doorway to the hidden world. I got mine from Amazon for about £25 from NEEWER, and no, this isn't sponsored. They come in different strengths, usually marked as +1, +2, +4 or +10 diopters. The higher the number, the stronger the magnification, but with the power comes a catch. Push too far and imperfections will begin to appear. Attaching a macro filter in front of your lens will never give you the same result as sharp as a dedicated macro lens. Unlike those lenses, filters don't have complex optical correction. The glass bends light strongly to let the lens focus closer, but that bending doesn't treat all light equally. It can introduce distortions, especially around the edges. Different parts of the image don't all bend the same way, so straight lines can curve and fine details lose their crispness. That's the reason why sometimes you see another side effect, chromatic aberration, those little purple or green fringes along high contrast edges. This happens because different wavelengths of light bend differently when passing through the glass. A simple single element filter cannot perfectly realign them. The stronger the filter, the more aggressively it bends light, and the more visible the aberration becomes. As mentioned before, these filters are fairly inexpensive, and many of them come with a pouch to safely store them when you are not using them. The beauty of macro filters is how accessible they make macro photography. They are lightweight, they slip right in front of your lens, and they don't add much bulk to your camera bag. Another huge advantage is the creative freedom they unlock. Macro filters let you see everyday objects in a completely new way. They encourage you to slow down, notice details, and experiment with composition. But unlike those dedicated macro lenses that can feel a bit like a specialist tool, filters invite you to play. You are not locked into one style. You can switch from a wide-angle lens for a dreamy close-up, or a portrait lens for a dramatic detailed shot, all with the same filter. There are a few rules to keep in mind when shooting with macro filters. First of all, stop down your aperture. There is no way you can shoot wide open at f1.8 and expect sharp results. With magnification this strong, your depth of field becomes razor thin, so working around f8 to f11 will give you much better control and sharpness. Lighting also becomes crucial. As you stop down your aperture, you will need more light to compensate, so a simple LED light or a ring light can help you bring out those fine details and keep your ISO low. Second, use manual focus. Autofocus often struggles at these distances, and it's far easier to slowly rock it back and forth till your subject snaps in focus. Third, stability is key. At macro scale, even the smallest shake will feel massive, so using a tripod or a locked gimbal or simply resting your camera on a solid surface will make your life much easier. At the end of the day, macro filters are that kind of small addition that can spark big creativity in any camera bag. Yes, there are trade-offs, but even those imperfections can work in your favor, adding character and vibes to your shots when used properly. So, next time you pick up your camera, remember, creativity might be just a filter away.